Good morning, everybody. It is February 6th today, Saturday, and it is 33 degrees here in Lehigh, Utah, heading up for a high of 44. We had some snow, but not a whole lot. But it's going to be cold for the next few days, of course. I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher. I'm here to bring you my stitching from the highway and home, mostly at home, though with some life updates. I will be doing a little traveling. Anyway, I want to thank you so much to my new subscribers that I've had in the past week or two. And also thank you so much for those of you that have come back and watched me. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your support, appreciate your comments. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm going to start out first doing a little bit of Pass the Stash and also another giveaway. So anyway, I have an old design here. If you've been following me for any period of time, you saw this finished for my granddaughter. This is Firewings Design Pilot pattern, and I'd like to pass the stash on this. So the first person to comment below on my comments section of Floss Tube will get this, and I'll send it off to you. So anyway, and my giveaway this month will be kind of a winter pattern, and this is a pattern by Bangle Stitchy, our own Michelle Garrett, called Winter Witches. And so if any of you would like to have a chance at winning this giveaway, all you have to do is just have winter in your comments, and then I will choose anybody who has winter. Anything to do with winter, whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether what you like to do in it, whatever. So anyway, that is our giveaway for this coming time. I'll leave it open for probably a couple weeks, because my life updates is I'm heading down to spend some time with my sis and have us do some things together, or spend some time together, be with her during this hard time. If you watch my previous videos, you know that her husband passed away in a car accident, and I really need to go spend some time with her, and I have an opportunity to. So we will hunker down at her house, not do much, but just spend sister time together, and I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, of course, I probably won't be back for an update, so it'll be a couple weeks, I'm sure, before I get back. So I wanted to get back with hopefully a shorter video here. I was having some issues with my iPad, some bug issues. I talked to my son who runs his own IT company, and so we had to work some things out. And so my previous video that I downloaded has no music, has no introduction or anything at the beginning or end because of the situation. So I think I've worked it out. So if it's worked out good, you will see my intro, my music. If not, then I still have some bug issues, but we'll see how that works out. Hopefully it has been taken care of now. Anyway, let's go on to stitching, which is what you guys are here for, I know. And I do still have a significant amount to show you. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to mention is I have an FFO. That's amazing for me. I am not the FFO girl, not at all. But I have a dear friend who, when I go down to California, she'll be the only other person that I'm going to get in contact with while I'm spending time with my sister. And I looked through my finished stitching, and I saw this piece that I finished last year among my 18 finishes, and thought, oh, this is just, I know what I want to do. So anyway, what I did was I made a pillow for her out of my stitch piece called Treasured Friend. So this is it, with some of this fabric on the side, like kind of a plaid fabric on the back. So I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it was just done fast, but I think the colors match well. especially on the back. I like the plaid. I think she's going to like this a lot. So anyway, this is for her. She rarely watches my videos. She did watch one or two, so I think it's safe to say that I can show this, and by the time I get it to her, which will be next week, I doubt if she will have seen this. And if she did, well, she still has to have the real thing in her hands, so I'm sure that'll be much better. Okay, I'm going to move on to whips now and show you what I did the past about a week and a half. I've caught up on pretty much on my temperature topography. This is a pattern by Stitchy Mommy on Etsy, a temperature pattern among the many that are out there. Mine, when I said I caught up, I finished up through the 3rd or 4th of February, but did not continue, which of course it is past that right now, but I finished a goodly amount. So here it is. January and F for February. This is being stitched on is it a 32 count? Let me see. It's a 32 count Be Stitched Me fabric called Peanut. It's a even weave. So it's got a little bit of a peach tone to it. And I'm not sure, we've got a lot of sunshine today, but I'm not quite sure how this is turning out. So I will show it both to you close up and farther back. So I'm thinking neither way is really showing it well, but it is a pretty fabric. And you can see that I've had a few differences in color near the end of the week. Mostly we finally got some colder highs. That's the purple, and then some odd weather on the Y. We had some like higher temps and then some lower temps. So but you know, it's real pretty anyway. I like it. February's back to maybe some regular temps for around here. So that's my temperature topography. I'm caught up through February, first part of February. And that is stitched 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. Okay, I did some new starts. The one new start you'll recognize as a continuous new start at the beginning of every month, but I also did 2 other new starts and got excited and opted to do them. So the first one is February for Lizzie Kate Flip It series. I finished, of course, the January one. I haven't quite finished the February one. Little behind, but that's all right because it will get done. Anyway, here's the beginning of it, the actual border, and February is done. So, and this is being stitched on a 28 count vintage country mocha with some of the called for over dyes and some not. I did some substituting. The purple is not the purple they called for because I didn't have it, but I had a purple that was very similar, so I just pulled it out and used it. The February is stitched in the called for. So as I go through it, it'll be some called for and some not, depending on what I find in my stash. And this, as you can probably tell, is on a big piece of fabric. That is because I'm going to do all of the flippets on a big piece of fabric and then cut them out and fully finish them. So it was just easier for me to keep it on one big piece of fabric. And this is also stitched 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. So that was my first new start, which will just be a regular every month, because like next month I'll have March flip it, then April flip it, and continue on from there. Okay, my other 2 new starts, one of them is Valentine related. I saw it in I get the Just Cross Stitch magazine, and I saw it in this newest month's February 2021 issue, and it is called Lovely Gnomes. All those gnomes with the love, holding the love little letters. This is black and white. I just printed it off my printer, but I thought they were so cute. And this is a pattern by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and they're on Etsy. Or if you get this magazine, they're in this magazine also. They have another pattern in the magazine besides this one. And I thought I might just do a little bit of Valentine stitching. I started it over at my friend's house when we did some stitching together this week. So I have just one of the gnome's hats worked on. It's the third one, the one that has the O. So anyway, this is being stitched on 28 count Picture This Plus Fog, but I am using the called for DMC colors on it. So, and that probably shows you a little bit more of the coloring, the modeling on that, and the DMC. I had a little Christmas gnome that was given to me as a gift, so I put him on there, even though it's not quite appropriate, but he is a gnome. So, and I know with how little time we have left for Valentine's Day that I'm shooting for just one little gnome guy getting done by Valentine's Day, and I'll be happy with that. But when I get back from my sister's house, I'll let you see if I got any more done than that. And this is also 2 linen threads over to, 2 floss threads over 2 linen, 2 over 2. One more new start I couldn't pass up. There were some other people on FlossTube working on Bella Philippini's Bellatrix. Bella Filippini is kind of, as you can see, shiny. Their actual, the plastic isn't on this. Their patterns are very nicely done. They have actual pictures, flossy pictures, really bright pictures that are really pretty. So anyway, I just fell in love with her. Made me think of the Bellatrix character in Harry Potter series. So I decided to jump on the bandwagon and also work on Bellatrix. So I got about 200 stitches done on the day that I started it, which was January 29th. I'm stitching it on a 32 count Picture This Plus linen, which is called Murky, with the called for DMC threads. So I started in the middle, of course. My ladies, I usually start in the middle. And did some of the different shades of this beautiful purple. So I'll show you a little bit closer there. It's so pretty. This is 2 linen threads, 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. And I think it's going to look really nice on this Murky. It was being stitched on a darker fabric, but I had this in my stash and I thought it would look cool on this, and I think so far I'm happy with it. I think it is turning out nice with the colors on it, so hopefully it'll continue. Okay, next is from my past video. I had mentioned to you that I was doing oh, excuse me, I dropped something here, excuse me, some floss that I'm showing later. I had mentioned that I had almost finished the Full Coverage Fanatics Bingo Challenge, and so I'm going to show you the last one that I worked on and then show you my bingo card board and what I accomplished. So this last week I worked on Heaven and Earth Designs Bluegrass Festival. This is artwork by Kay Lamb Shannon. And this was the completion of my diagonal finish for my full coverage bingo. And I did the counting, the stitch count, which was 1,000 stitches on each full coverage piece to try to achieve a bingo. Now, before I show you it, of course, I start in the upper left-hand corner, so you're just going to see kind of these different shades of brown. But it's 1,000 stitches, so I'm pretty, well, actually, I know it was over 1,000 because I don't do the exact. So anyway, I folded up this huge piece of even weave, 25 count even weave with the DMC DMC threads that are used on it. And that is what I accomplished for the 1,000 stitches for full coverage bingo. I am rather burned out with full coverage right now. I will go back, I know, in a few weeks because I do love working on them. It's just after doing 1,000 stitches on each one, I am a little burned out now. But I'm pretty happy with that. I took, with this one again, I gridded this one myself. I'm gridding this one myself. And I started with the highest floss color and then worked it in over to a certain point, you know, a thread, and then I went back and got another. On some of them there was a lot of that color, so I think I ended up using 2 or 3 threads worth, and that's because, you know, you can get the 1,000 stitches a lot faster than a bunch of confetti. And this one wasn't too terribly confetti heavy at the beginning. So, and that's 1 floss thread over 1 linen thread. And here is my bingo board that I copied off. I ended up doing a diagonal bingo. I need some water. I can't talk. I always know when I need some water when my words start coming out weird. Anyway, these are the ones that I finished. The first one was something with 2 or more in the design, which ended up being the African woman with peonies, artisy design I have. The second one was some kind of celebration or festival, which is this one here, and that was my Quilts of Cape Cod. The third one was a Stitcher's Choice, which I did Maleficent, my Story Keep Maleficent. The fourth X down is something with metallic threads in it, and that was Ariadne, my very first full coverage that I did 1,000 stitches on. And then the last, of course, was Bluegrass Festival, and that was something with hats, scarves, or mittens. So that was a lot of work this month doing that, but I did accomplish it, and I'm happy. But I'm also happy I can step back a little, especially what I'm, you know, since I'm leaving and visiting my sister. I'm glad I can step back a little and just work on a couple challenges that I want to keep going on. So anyway, that was one of my whips. Ending yesterday, there was also on the Daily 30 and Stitching Journal Challenge, Facebook group, there was a, every 2 weeks, Cheryl McKinney, who does the Facebook group, comes up with a challenge. And the one she came up with a couple weeks ago was Hedgehog Week. And I thought, oh my goodness, I have to do this. I mean, everybody will say, Colette, why aren't you doing the Hedgehog Challenge? I mean, out of all the challenges, because I'm just a hedgehog lover. Hedgehogs are the lace maker's mascot. Hedgehogs. I've got a whole bookcase over here that's just filled with hedgehog, oh brother, thinking of the name. All kinds of hedgehog figures. Glass ones, knitted ones, the laundry balls. There's some hedgehogs that are knitted plastic laundry balls, all kinds of hedgehogs. So anyway, I thought, oh, I better try to do this. So I looked at it, and actually I was pretty lucky in the prompts. I didn't have to do any penalty stitches or anything. I was able to pull things out, and I did have to push myself some, and I was glad when I was done with it, but I did finish the Hedgehog Week. So anyway, couple of the prompts were done beforehand. When I did my last video, I actually showed them and did not mention that. But the ones that I did complete this last week and a half, are these. One of the prompts was for something that was night, something that was stitched at night. So I pulled out Victorian Charm, a pattern that I love and hate. I don't know what it is about this pattern, but this time when I pulled it out, I started to go up. I started here in the middle, and I was working on a lot of this little openings here, this pretty little architecture, and I was just getting really burned out with it. So this time I thought, you know, I've got to find something that has a lot more fast stitches to accomplish so I can get my Hedgehog Week challenge done on it. So I went up. Oh, this is not showing up good because it's dark fabric. So let's see here. There we go. That's a little better. So I went north on it. And as you can see, I did a lot of the roof. And then I also went over and did this part too. So I did accomplish my minimum amount of challenge stitches on this, which was a little over 300. I was shooting for 400, but there were so many changes of colors and color blends that I thought, I've just got to get this done. So anyway, that's Victorian Charm. It's a kit, a dimensions kit, as you could see from the picture. So it's the kit fabric and the kit floss. Beautiful pattern. So, and I think it's 18 count Aida, 2 floss threads over 1 Aida, because that's an Aida fabric. Pretty little pattern. Just I have to kind of push myself sometimes to work on it. So that was one of the challenge prompts for the hedgehog. Another one was some pet that you might like to have. Well, I opted to do a pet that I used to have, and for it, which are sheep. I used to raise sheep, and I love sheep still. So I picked up one of my old Mania pieces from 2018, which is Sheep May Safely Graze by Homespun Elegance. This is Sandra Sullivan's design. I love this piece. I love the Sheep May Safely Graze. I like that classical piece so much, the music, and I love the sheep on it, so I picked this one up. I did put 400 stitches in this one. It was an easy piece. There was a part that I had to fill in right there. I had just outlined it probably so I could fill it in at some function or whatever that I went at. So I was able to do that, and then I also worked down this part right down here. So that gave me a lot of stitches pretty fast. Beautiful colors on this. It's being stitched on a 28 count vintage country mocha. As you know, I like that as just a go-to. I like that fabric. It's economical and it's pretty. So, and the overdyes are the called for overdyes. They've been working really good on this so far. Even that moon really does show up. So, and beautiful shading in this. And it's being stitched 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads on the 28 count. And so I'll be able to take this into Mania and show that I've got some work done on it. And not only did I do this work for Hedgehog Week, I also did it for WIPGO, because this was my number 20 choice when we chose, when Jessie Marie for the WIPGO board chose the February pieces. One was 4 and one was 20, and Sheep May Safely Graze was 20. So then I could put WIPGO Progress on this too. So. Okay, another one of the prompts for the Hedgehog Week was something silly or something serious. I could have done a lot of different things, but I ended up doing the gnomes, which I already showed you, because I thought they were kind of silly and I could get a little bit more work done on them. So I did the lovely gnomes for something silly, which I already showed you. And for like extra bonus stitches, we had to stitch on a piece that had a real hedgehog or more on it. And a couple years ago, I started this Riolas kit with the little hedgehogs on it, one on the mushroom and one perched underneath. Again, this is a kit with a lot of like blends, color changes, and that. So I haven't worked on it very often, and it's not a Mania piece, so it's not in my Mania. But I do like it, and I had only done just a little bit on it, probably like 100 stitches. So this time I told myself I'm going to do the whole bonus stitches on this, and I actually did more than that. So there's what I accomplished on these little hedgehog eyes. Starting in the middle, of course, there's not much to see. This actually, if you look at it close, is the bottom part of the mushroom, which I'll show you in just a minute. So this is the shading for the mushroom. This is kind of like curving a little bit here, so the rest of the mushroom will go up there, and then the little hedgehog will be perched on it, and then some of the greenery that's down the other side. So this is a cute little, I have several hedgehog Needleminders that have been given to me as presents. Sorry, friends, I don't remember where this one came from, but I thank you, whoever gave it to me. So anyway, that's what I got accomplished, which I'm pretty happy about. This is 14 count Aida, 2 threads over one Aida square. And again, to show you, I actually did this little part in here. And then that little curve that was starting is in the little bit of thread that I did was starting the mushroom. So those were my extra stitches that I got done for this. And so, which wasn't surprising when she said to stitch on a real hedgehog pattern. I have so many of them that wasn't any. To get those extra points was nothing. So, okay, the last pattern that I have some work done on is I went back to Zombie Run. It started, our new Zombie Run started in February, and posted my four pieces that I have to do runs and stitches on each one. And I typically pick up this one first, and I did for sure this time because I don't want to take my stand with me, my little lap stand, when I'm at my sister's house. So I did want to get my 400 stitches in on this before I left, in case I end up staying longer than I expected, because we have to do 400 stitches on each of the 4 pieces to qualify. So I picked up Needle Treasure's Feeding Time, my little chickie girl, I call her. I did 416 Zombie Run stitches on her. My other Zombie Run pieces, I'm taking 2 of them with me to my sister's house. The third one, which is a very easy piece for me to get a lot of coverage done, I can wait till I get back, I'm sure. Last month, I worked on her just one time. Got 400 and some stitches on her. And I left off. I had done the little chicken here and down through about here. So this time I got the rest of her little apron done, this first part of the rooster, and from her leg from here down. I haven't finished in her leg. I know she's got knobby knees there. Actually, there is one more thread of darker peach that has to go there, which I didn't get done. I had a terrific sinus headache yesterday, and so I didn't get all done that I wanted to get done, but I did get the 400 stitches. So this is stitched. This is a kit, of course, from a long time ago. It's a co-companion to a little boy who's a little goat herder. So, and this is the little girl feeding the chickens. Before it was down farther so you could see her head, but next time I'll be actually filling in more of her legs, feet, either this rooster or this rooster probably. But I'm excited because I am getting a lot more done on this, and I will get this finished. This was, my husband picked this piece for doing my one of my Zombie Run pieces because he really loves it and wants it done. So he wants to get them both framed for me. So that's the first Zombie Run that got accomplished for this month of February. Okay, so before I end, I have some haul, a little bit of haul, not much, in purchases, and monthly haul, and a little stitchy kindness. And so the first thing is the person that won, the person who commented first, who I sent my dark fabric that I mentioned last week to, She sent me a 123 Stitch gift card. And Suzanne, thank you so very, very much if you're watching this video. No way in the world did you have to do that. I was just happy that the fabric went to someone that wants to do something with it. So thank you so very much for that. I really appreciate it. And then another viewer sent me some stitchy kindness. Her name is Bev Steinbeck. She has an Etsy store called Stitchinpeace, and I will put that up on my video, as well as have it down in my comments. But it's Stitchinpeace, like STITCHINPEACE, all one word. And she sent me a cute little like your little thread pieces holder with the little peace signs on it. Look at that. And it's quilted. And I have used these really a lot. I have only one other that I got from, that a friend made for me. And so, you know, I appreciate this. And she also sent me a project bag. So, very nicely done. Really cute with like the flowers on the inside and then trailers for traveling on the back and quilted. Bev, these are just so sweet. Thank you so very much for the stitchy kindness. I appreciate it. Thank you. Monthly haul. I got my colored and cotton threads from December. Other people were saying that she's catching up now. So I get 10 of them. So I'll show you the 10 together for the ones. This is Kris Kringle. This one is Orange Soda. It's hard. That one's hard to show. It's more orangey than that. This one is Nightshade. That one shows up real nice. This one is Petal. And this one is Everest. And then my other set of 5 are these ones. This is Nile. Flaxen. And that's real pretty. Saguaro, like the saguaro cactus. Now this isn't showing up at all. This one has a lot of like purple look to it. I mean, it does have a little bit of the brown, but it's really more of a purple. Maybe showing up this way, which, nope, that's not showing up at all. Very pretty though. Pewter and Tiger Lily. So thank you, Color and Cotton, for adding to my stash for more threads. And then I have to blame Caroline off the Grid Needle Arts for these next purchases. Well, one of them I have been wanting to get in for a while, and some opened up. The other I just fell in love with. So I'll show you first. She has someone she knows that's been doing some, they do yarn dyeing, but they've been doing some floss dyeing. And I missed out on the first set of floss colors, so this time I decided I was not going to miss out on the second set. So these are Leo and Roxy Floss. And this is their blue, what would you call it? Their blue collection. I could have said Blue Man Group, huh? But I was about ready to say their blue group, and I remembered it is a collection of blue. So I thought they're very pretty, all different shades. And again, with this bright light coming in here, you're not seeing them the best. But I'm going to tell you what their colors are. This one's Polar Ice, and it's a very light blue. This one is Steel. Cinderella. And this is a Delft blue. This is really a variegated one. And Hey Sailor, a dark blue. So I'm grateful that I could get in on that, able to get a set of those collections for the blue ones. If you happen to be watching her videos or her store, every now and again she'll have some more of those for sale. I believe she said that the person who was making them had had an operation, and so hasn't been able to work on the flosses. And so anyway, hopefully more of them will come out soon. I'm hoping I'm not saying that wrong, but I think that's what she had mentioned. And then the other thing I blame Caroline for, I couldn't pass this up. There were, she was contacted by It's Charm School, which is a Needleminder making store on Etsy. And they wanted to make her a special needleminder. But they also had other needleminders there, so she was saying if anybody wants to go get any, go ahead and go get some. Well, I went on and I got two of the ones that she mentioned, but I also found another one that I liked. So anyway, this one says the book was better. I like this because I'm such a reader, and I have very rarely seen a movie where I thought the movie was better than the book. So this is quite a correct quote for me. The book was better. She has pretty needleminders. Look at the little flower on the back there on the magnet. Just really pretty ones. So I also got one. She had mentioned that they had made one for the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, which is a Facebook group as well as a floss tube by Jen. And so this one has like the clock, and then it says 24 HOCS, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. So there we go. That's a better picture of it. And then I couldn't pass up Caroline, I love Luna. I know you don't watch my floss tube, but I do love Luna. And so she, It's Charm School had made Caroline her own Luna needleminder, where it says, "Hello, crafty friends." I enjoy Caroline's floss tube. It just helps me feel at peace and comfort in my life. I like her just, "Hello, crafty friends. Let's talk a little today." So, and Luna, here she is. So Luna will be on one of my pieces. Love it. Okay, so that's really all my purchases. And as my plans going forth is, when I go to California, I am planning on bringing my two other zombie run pieces, which I mentioned. They will be Amazing Grace and Welcome Home, and see what I can get done on them. I'm also going to take the Lizzie Kate February, flip it, and finish it up. And probably the Lovely Gnomes, and work on those through Valentine's Day. So anyway, and before I forget, right behind me is the Daily Gratitude. So I will be a good girl and open this up and see where it falls. It fell on this piece here. All the beautiful weeds and flowers, wildflowers. And it says, "Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair." So just fun. Anyway, thanks so much. I hope this is a little bit less time for a floss tube. Boy, this even took more time, and I didn't think I had done that much stitching this week. But I guess I did, more than I thought. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Remember to see the beauty out there. I'm looking forward to traveling and to looking at the beauty as I travel. I just love to do that. And so you look for the beauty at home and in your yard, in your neighborhood, and all out there. Thanks a lot for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks after I get back. Bye-bye all.